Hello, welcome to my channel again. Today we're talking about some transfer news about Manchester City, and let's just get straight into it. So, as you can see here, coming from Fabrizio Romano, Ederson could leave Manchester City in transfer window in case of a good proposal, blah blah blah. You can read. So, pretty much, Ederson could be leaving. Now, we've seen this story before with Bernardo Silva and with Kevin De Bruyne. It's pretty much the exact same story. Saudi Arabia do want some of our players. They are good players. That's what they want them. Ederson, he's having tough competition now. He is having to compete with Steven Ortega. He's the best backup goalkeeper in the world. He could genuinely start for Arsenal or Chelsea or Manchester United. He would start at all of those clubs. He would probably start at Barcelona because they need a new goalkeeper. Atletico Madrid, I haven't watched that much, but I've heard that Oblak isn't on top level, so plenty of clubs will be looking after our goalkeepers. The question is, which one do we get rid of? Do we keep Ederson? Do we keep Ortega? Is it too greedy to ask to keep both? Because I want to keep both. I think having Ederson play the entire Premier League and having Ortega play in the Champions League, or having them put shifts in, like one plays 5 games, the other plays 5 games, that would be terrific. Not a lot of teams have that luxury to have a permanently fit goalkeeper. And despite that, Ederson and Ortega both have different specialities. Ederson's long balls, that's insane. Ederson is a good shot stopper, of course, not on the level of Ortega though, but Ortega's distribution is not on Ederson's level. So, will we keep them both? I doubt it. I very much so doubt it, and I do want to keep them both. Yeah, keeping them both. Oh my god, that is so OP. That is quite frankly so unfair if we have both of them. And Ortega came to us on a free from the 3rd division. So, I don't know. Can we keep both of these goalkeepers? There's only some news that's come out of this so far from Fabrizio Romano, and it's not a lot. I doubt our club will let either goalkeeper go quickly, but I expect a very high bid going into the 80 millions, probably 90 or maybe even 100 million for Ederson. But for Ortega, I'm guessing around 80 million is what it will take to get him away from us. So I do think there's a big chance a club comes in for one of our goalkeepers. Who it is, I don't know. I reckon it will be Ortega, and I reckon that Ederson will stay at Manchester City. So, no, I very much so doubt that Ederson leaves, unless he has decided so personally that he wants to leave. Which we can't know that, yeah? We can't know that. We simply can't. So that's Ederson talked about. And with this news about Ederson, I have to think about Bernardo Silva. Because De Bruyne is not leaving. He wants to keep winning. He's a freak like that. He loves Manchester City. He loves life in Manchester. He enjoys being in Manchester. He wants to become staff at Manchester City once he retires. So I doubt De Bruyne is leaving. But Bernardo Silva, yeah, he's a different story. There's been many rumors about him leaving throughout the recent years. And that makes me wonder, is this finally the season? Because we have seen this season a significant drop off from Bernardo Silva. Don't get me wrong, he still does things very well. But if he has already dropped off as much as he has this season, I can't imagine how much farther he will drop next season. He's still a good player, but he's getting old, and we should probably get rid of him while we can still get money off of him. So Bernardo Silva, I just think we need to let go of Bernardo Silva. So, Bernardo Silva, if he is leaving, then who do we bring in to replace him? Because of course, if Ederson leaves, okay, we get Ortega and then we buy a new backup keeper. That's not that big of a problem. But Bernardo Silva leaving, that's a bigger problem. We have to look at Paquetá, whatever you want to call him, or Frimpong. We need to get in a replacement for that right wing. Paquetá would be the perfect replacement because he can play right wing and midfield, as Bernardo Silva did. We also need to be looking at other players to bring in, such as a replacement for Kevin De Bruyne, because we need to bring in a De Bruyne replacement at least one season before we actually replace him. We need to have that replacement of Kevin De Bruyne just play as an understudy of De Bruyne for a season. And the reason we need that is because joining Manchester City is a tall order. Getting used to life at Manchester City, to being a Manchester City player, you don't do that in the span of one season. Or in the span of half a season, should I say. You need a bit of time. So we should find a Kevin De Bruyne replacement before De Bruyne even leaves. So who are we looking at then? We need to worry about a Bernardo replacement, we need to worry about a De Bruyne replacement, and we need to get in a backup DM, so Bruno Guimaraes. Walker might be leaving, or he won't be playing as much anymore. Anyhow, we need to get a new right back because clearly our defense has been stretched a little thin this season. Our defenders have basically been the same throughout the season, with a few exceptions, but there's not been a lot of rotation there. What about Alvarez? Alvarez might be leaving. So these are questions that I think we need to talk about. I am confident that Manchester City can bring in Bruno Guimaraes and Paquetá together. I'm not going to say it's a certainty and that it's going to happen 100%, but if I had to say, Manchester City has said this season, this transfer window, we are pushing up our chest, we are splashing the money, and we are going into the transfer window with a point to prove. And if you want to prove something, there are 3 players you need to bring in a single transfer window. Paquetá, Bruno Guimaraes, and Musiala. Or, maybe not those 3 specifically, but maybe, let's say, Kimmich. He's a bit old, though, isn't he? Or Wirtz instead of Musiala. That would be a good one. But we need to have 3 big signings. If you're gonna puff your chest out and say, oh, we're gonna spend big money this season, you better spend big money. So I'm looking at this. Where is the big money gonna be spent? It's not 2 players, is it? I mean, Bruno and Paquetá, don't get me wrong, that's amazing. It doesn't solve all of our problems. And I dropped my pencil. It doesn't solve all of our problems. We need to replace Bernardo Silva. That's a certainty. Or almost at least, because, I mean, I want that Bernardo Silva replacement even if he's not leaving yet, just to be an understudy. We might need a new backup goalkeeper. We might need to replace Kyle Walker. So, yeah, there's a lot of players that I'm looking at right now. Obviously, Savio is coming in, so maybe Savio left wing, Doku right wing. That might solve an issue. Then we can look at Musiala and Bruno. That's only 2 players, or Florian Wirtz and Bruno. I really want Florian Wirtz, I just don't see it happening. I think Wirtz is going Madrid, but if we can take Wirtz, that's dirty. So Savio is coming in. Does that mean no Paquetá? I don't know. It could be. We have Jan Kutel. He's on loan right now. He's a good. He's at Girona. He's played good this season. He is a right back. Instead of going onto the market to buy someone, do we just bring in Savio, who is already coming, and bring in Jan Kutel? What about Echeverri, Claudio Echeverri? We have bought him. I'm not sure how he is doing in Argentina. In fact, let me look it up. Transfer market Claudio, how do you spell his name? Claudio Echeverri. Yes, come on. Claudio Echeverri. Here we go. He's only 18 though, but yeah. That's not very... An 18-year-old. Do you really want to bring in an 18-year-old and say, you are replacing Kevin De Bruyne in the span of 2 years? Like, come on. You can't bring in an 18-year-old and tell him, replace Kevin De Bruyne, you have 2 years. That just doesn't work. He has won 3 trophies though, this season. Like, I can't speak Spanish, so I mean, I know what an Argentinian champion is. I don't know what these other 2 things are. So please do tell me down below what these trophies are, if they are significant or not. He won the league title at River Plate, so that's ought to mean something. Are we going to be looking at Claudio Echeverri coming in, and are we then saying, okay, we have Echeverri, we have Jan Kutel maybe, we have Savio, so we only bring in Bruno? I find that very difficult to believe. I find that very difficult to believe. I think that is not enough for Manchester City this window. But what I can see happening is maybe Savio comes in, and let me get a tactical pad up here. Where is my link? Where is the link for my tactical pad? Here we go. So yeah, let's get a tactical board here, and let's talk about it. So we could be... Why is Alvarez on the wing? It's probably going to be Doku. So let's say Silva is leaving. We'll put the players who leave over here. Silva is leaving. Let's say Walker is leaving, just for argument's sake. Okay, we bring in... Imagine that this is Jan Kutel. We bring in Jan Kutel. Okay, that solves the problem there. We bring in Savio, so we can bring Doku to this side of the pitch. And I mean, yeah, we can do that actually. Like, we can have this box midfield with Foden and Rodri pushing up instead of Kovacic, and Kovacic dropping a bit deeper. So I'm talking about when KDB is... Come on. I'm talking about KDB leaving already. So in 2 years' time, because you have to think long term about this, we can push up Rodri to be more of a playmaker. So it's not like we need Echeverri to become De Bruyne level immediately. But I mean, Musiala and Florian Wirtz, they are better. You can't say much more. Yes, I know. I'm gonna keep using my ad blocker, thank you. We have to bring in, in my opinion, a creative player who is older than 18. Like 18, that's very young. How old is Florian Wirtz? I think he's 20. Florian Wirtz. Yeah, he is 21 already. So he has got some experience. And then, other than Florian Wirtz, we have Musiala. So let's see, how old is Musiala? Also 21. If we bring in them, that gives us someone that we can rely on sooner than if we bring in Echeverri. So I don't know. I don't think Echeverri is a logical answer. Savio, quality player. When he comes into the Premier League, immediately the best player in the league. Or best winger, should I say, not the best player. Such a quality player. He will be amazing down the wing. I hope Pep doesn't take too much freedom away from him. So, if I read through it, yeah, we could bring in Bruno, of course. Yeah, having Bruno, I think that would work. Yeah, Bruno playing deep, Rodri pushing up. Oh yeah, that will actually work. Oh yeah. We bring in Bruno Guimaraes, we push up Rodri, and then we don't really need a De Bruyne replacement immediately. Then we can bring back Echeverri and wait until he's a bit older. I did not script this. I am actually unraveling Pep Guardiola's long-term plan right now in live time. Well, not live for you. This is an uploaded video. I will cut ahead to when I figure this out. Don't worry, this will be edited. Hello, welcome back. Yes, I took some time to figure some stuff out. I have had a massive revelation. I'm smart, thank you. I'm joking, obviously. So I've got my tactical pad here. I've got the potential transfers in white, just so that you can tell the difference between, well, players and potential players. Savio is a left winger. He will go onto that left wing, no problem. So Savio, I'm certain we get Savio. There's no problem with him. He's on that left wing in every scenario. The people we are talking about is Musiala or Echeverri, Jan Kuto or Bruno. Maybe all four. Stockpile them. Build a galactical scene, So that's who we are talking about. Now, if we get Jan Kuto, obviously we slide him into here, and then Rodri and Kovacic play, and we probably bring in a creative player, so maybe Musiala, and then have Musiala play instead of Kovacic, and obviously swap him around with Rodri, having Rodri being the deeper player, or we bring in Bruno, and Rodri just stays up a bit more. He can drop down into a double pivot, but he can go forward more. Or the other way around, depending on how Pep wants it. My least favorite is Echeverri. Rodri drops deep, Echeverri pushes up, and Echeverri is that creative player then. Why he is my least favorite is he is so young and I just don't know enough about him. Listen, he could be coming in next season, because I'm already talking about 2 seasons ahead here, yeah? He could come in next season and be the next Messi. We could be seeing the next Messi. Okay, maybe. But we could also be seeing a player who is quite frankly not good enough to replace Kevin De Bruyne. So it's a big question mark with him. It's a big question mark, so I'm not very much in favor of him. But I do trust Manchester City I do trust when Manchester City make a gamble. If Manchester City say Echeverri is the guy, I 100% believe it. But I just don't see that happening. And again, I haven't watched him at all. I didn't even know that he won the league until I looked it up. So I don't know. I really don't know about Echeverri, mate. I'd much rather have Bruno coming in and Musiala. And if you can't get Musiala, no big deal. We have Rodri. And then in a few years' time, when Echeverri is older, we can bring him in. But not immediately. And that is my dream scenario. And that way we can play the same as we already have. But we can also have Jan Kuto driving up the wings here, having drop into midfield and all of that stuff. We can have Savio invert. We can have Savio do all that he likes. We can have Foden play a double striker system, like a small striker, big striker. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember those things. You have like a big tall striker who wins the ball, gives it off to the small striker. The small striker is agile and goes down the length of the pitch to score. Those systems work well. We could be doing that with Julian Alvarez, to be fair, but then we will have to drop someone else. Who do we drop? Kovacic, I suppose. But then we have less midfielders. So do we invert 2 people into midfield? I doubt that. So there's a lot of people that we can play if we bring in Bruno or Musiala. If we bring in both, we can play so many systems. Echeverri, the problem with Echeverri is I don't quite know what he is good at. He is a creative player. That's about all I know. I don't know his actual skill set, so I can't imagine the amount of different systems that he will open up to us. And I suppose that's why I don't like the idea. But hey, I trust Manchester City Football Club. And I think I'll leave it at that. I doubt Ederson is leaving. Bernardo Silva is probably leaving. Walker, 50-50, I think. Who do we bring in? Savio has been confirmed. Jan Kutel is coming back from loan. If we keep him or not, that's a question. And the rest, I suppose we don't know. But it's always fun to theorize. So, thank you for watching the video. Please do like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one.